Welcome, people. Welcome back, Feet Picks. Were all you guys on yesterday? Is there anything that anybody wants to know? So today I got to meet a couple people. I met an engineer and a quality person. Neither one wanted to tell me their names. They told me some stuff that I can't really talk about, because if I talk about it, then I won't get a possible ride on Friday. That's what the engineer told me anyway, was that on Friday he would let me in, give me a ride if I didn't tell anybody. So we'll see. But Friday, from what it sounds like, is going to be real cool. It's pretty much the same otherwise. They're just shuffling investors around and giving them the scoop or whatever. So sorry, I was muting my phone. Is there anything you guys want to see? I just said I would do this. I don't really know. I wanted to get some more footage of the turns in here and stuff, as I did earlier, so that's why I posted up here. So I mean, Lordstown's already rallying a little bit, so to me, I would do whatever your strategy kind of tells you to do. If you're an options person or whatever, or if you just buy shares and hold, whatever your strategy. I'm new to investing, only been doing it a few years. I like to think I know a little bit, but I make impulsive decisions because of head injuries and stuff at times. So I don't day trade anymore. It takes too much of my focus and time away, and then all I am is looking at everybody else's businesses and stuff like that too much, instead of solving the problems that I want to solve, which is why I'm trying to do all this. I missed him. I like this little section here because of the turns and then how they accelerate out of there while they're turning. To me, it gives a good indication of just how much power those hub motors have and all the traction and everything that you should expect from an EV. Yeah, I think the market's a scam in a lot of ways. That's what Wall Street Bets showed us, or whatever, friggin' at the beginning of the year, is they just shut down trading, or you can't even buy, which is ridiculous because it's supposed to be an open market. So yeah, I don't know. I jumped into crypto a little bit, but I'm down on everything as far as I'm concerned, because I'm just a little guy. So yeah, I'm not selling anything I got. I rearranged everything when I stopped day trading back in like March, and or trying to day trade. I was really like, you know, every couple times a week. As I was, you know, I'm slower to make the moves or whatever, but I started making moves faster and introducing way too many other companies that I wasn't really as keen on. I just thought I could make money, so because I want to just do what I want to do, kind of thing. So we will figure it out. But yeah, I'm not selling crap. I don't have as many shares as I wish I had, so I firmly believe in this truck. I was invested in Workhorse, still am, but yeah, I wanted to see this truck back when it was the W15, so I'm really happy to be able to see it. And I switched a bunch of my Workhorse stuff over to Lordstown, even though Workhorse still owns a bit. So that Harley Davidson truck most likely is going to go back into that back lot. There's no good place to, or they're going to, yeah, okay. So there's no good place really over there for me to film the, oh, he's going to the garage, but they do a couple of faster passes over there, it seems like, but they still may only get up to like 45. But there's no good place for me to film. I went and videoed all around the whole facility and the Ultima cells and all that kind of stuff that's real close to here that they're building this huge warehouse for batteries and everything. Like, this is not going anywhere, guys. There's no way that they're not getting the financing they need when a battery company is also building out everything right here to be in perfect, you know, location for this. The only way this would change to me is if some other bigger company bought them up. That's the only thing, and I just don't see that happening. I think more partnerships are the way. Definitely, stress is a huge part of my managing my health and things. So yeah, I try to limit all that. Whenever I'm down on all my investments, I feel it with my nerves and my joints and stuff still. But it's way better. So the factory being built's on Silver Stream or something like that road or whatever. It's just whatever direction that is from here. You know, the Lordstown signs over there that you see in all the pictures or whatever. This is some kind of state road or whatever, and then the next like major road goes out in the back or whatever, and then comes down the turnpike or by the turnpike or whatever and stuff. And they have the Ultima Cells has a big facility, but then they also have a smaller thing that looks like it's on Lordstown property with that they're using like temporarily or something like that. That's like over here basically. They took everybody and dropped them off, it looks like. That's the officer I chatted to at lunch. It's gotta be pretty boring to sit out here, but and the gate where they're allowing all the investors and stuff to come in. There was a shuttle over here by this tent not too long ago, so I'm wondering if they're going to pick up more people or what. Doesn't really seem like the shuttles are moving as much. They may have stopped the factory tour portion or something, maybe, I don't know. Because if they're really trying to get production going, it's not good to have people coming into your factory. But yeah, I filmed all around the plant on my GoPro as best I could, so I'm gonna chop that up tonight, and as well as some of my other videos and stuff, and try to get a couple things posted on YouTube. I want to say I'm Double Decker Dream on there, but I'm not sure. It might just be Jason Eckstein. I have no idea. I'm not good yet. Just started, guys. It's a lot to learn. I avoided all the video editing stuff for years, even though I wanted to go do my own thing and knew that I should learn this stuff. It's too much stuff going on in my life in the past. CM Fire, I would say anywhere from groups of 20 to 40 is what I've seen, and then to me there's at least 2 groups a day, but sometimes it seems like there's 3 or 4. I don't know though, because like the last 2 days, like today's the first day I really stayed here all day. I took my dog out earlier, got here a little bit later, and just stayed through lunch, ate lunch here and stuff, just sitting right here. And that's when one of the quality guys came over to me that's driving and stuff, and that's when the officer came over. Both of them talked to me, and yeah, I don't know, this is nice, just a nice day. This first thing this morning when that engineer came up to me when I was down by the test track or whatever, the dirt track that they have for the military vehicle and stuff. I haven't seen the Baja run, so yeah. There's definitely been, like, that lot has been pretty dang full every day. Oh yeah, I tried to ask names and if they could tell me any, like, certain things and all kinds of stuff. I didn't bring a camera out though, because they seemed super nervous. Neither one would tell me their names. They just told me what department they worked in, and you know, just, yeah, like, I just wanted to talk to him. The engineer this morning was real short. He was going to work. The quality guy gave me a bag of chips, actually, and I don't normally eat chips because they're nightshades or whatever, but I ate them because you know, food is food at times, unless it's gonna mess me up a bunch, like flour and stuff does. But I'll still eat some things that I normally avoid. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Friday after talking to that engineer. I'm hoping he sees me. I'm gonna be here first thing in the morning again or whatever, and I'm hoping he sees me and invites me in Friday morning. I'll put myself right up by the gate and do my little sign thing or whatever that I'm gonna do this afternoon, just to kind of show my support and see if I can get any more of them to stop and talk to me. It's just revolves around my double-decker dream or whatever, and it's a challenge that I had came up with a few years ago before I started trying to do stand-up. So yeah, it just says all I want to save the world, but all I made is this sign, save the world's in like rhinestones and glittery glue or whatever and stuff that glows in the dark, just because that's the important part to me. And but it says but all I made is this sign, you know, is kind of the truth. I've made things. I have some IP, I think, that I'd like to develop that goes into my double-decker bus dream and self-sustainability and stuff, but it's more about systems working together and things like that. To me, the way that we go forward needs to change in the focus and the output of, like, materials and you know, just how we go about a lot of it, because it's all controlled by the same market manipulation tactics and all kinds of things that really ultimately destroy the best intents, and just, I don't know, like, it's not as good a product as we could make. Yeah, it definitely sounds like there's still a lot of people that that want to bring them down. Yeah, I mean, it's a real company. There's a lot of jobs here, and we need those jobs. I don't want to get into politics too much, but yeah, I think a lot of American manufacturing and other things are going over to China are real bad for us, and I think a lot of the institutions are spouting things that come from those Chinese influences and stuff over money and stuff like that. So I think we need to make a new industrial revolution of sorts, and really focus America back on some objectives, and that's what I hope to do with my double-decker bus dream, you know, in some kind of way, and hope that somehow I can go out there and get everybody kind of on the same page with some things. I don't know how to describe it all. Okay, that truck's going over to the 10, it looks like. Yeah, to me, this company has a lot going for it, or whatever. Like, the only other one that's doing the hub motors that I know of is Rivian in the U.S., and that's private. So, like, we need a public company. We need, you know, more than 3 EV manufacturers or whatever. And the big automotive guys will obviously be getting into the game, as they've said, but we should have as many producers of different things as we can, and drive technology again, and get back to ruling the world through our superiority of production and technology and all that kind of stuff, instead of trying to focus on military might. Yeah, the handling on them is really great. I mean, that's why I posted up here with the quick turns, was to try and get some better shots of all that. I wish they were going around like they were this morning, though. I thought about streaming this morning, but I didn't think as many people would jump on. Yeah, the military prototype's over on a dirt track that's back over there. You can't really see it probably because I can't zoom and stuff in live stream. Wow, yeah, no, somebody was saying something about that. Endurance, the 70 billion IPO of Rivian. I didn't know that. I just saw one little blurb on Electric or whatever of somebody got a screenshot of the inside of their console and stuff, and I'm like, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you here filming this? Why didn't you come to Lordstown Week, Mr. You know, EV guy or whatever? So. Rivian has a couple $100 million of Amazon, but I don't think they're Amazon owned. They have a partnership. There is Amazon delivery trucks that are already Rivian built out on the road in LA and stuff when I was out there. Yeah, I don't know what Lev is, But yeah, Rivian has a couple just like step van, you know, traditional kind of like FedEx, UPS type trucks, or step. Never mind, Sprinter vans. I'm pretty sure, not step vans. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen them and read about them because I couldn't own them. Lion EV. I'll have to look into that. Wow, it's a third the size. He's gonna come in and do the slaloms. Now, there's a lot that can be done here. That's why I went around this morning and tried to get some footage to show the size of it. It won't be great because it's just a GoPro and either me holding it or having it like clamped in my van, bouncing around on the front dash. So yeah. I'm not all set up with gear. This is just my phone, which fortunately I just got a new one, so at least it's a good phone. Yeah, as far as I knew, back in the winter, they were still testing the Amazon delivery trucks, Rivian was, so if they've built out a bunch, then they're probably all for Amazon. There's a lot of manipulation, though, in the delivery space, to me, with the postal service, and you know, they don't want to delay that. As DeJoy, the postmaster, was planning to delay first class and all this stuff, and then that would cause more problems with mail-in ballots and really kill their ability to be used in a lot of ways, I feel like, by local governments and stuff. And then also with just anybody who's rural would be like a second-class citizen then. So it's I don't know, there's a lot of ins and outs of all kinds of politics stuff I'd like to talk more about, but it would have to be in like longer form, and somebody needs to ask questions. Otherwise I just start talking about randomness. I think they might be done over here. Well, no, this is still some people in there, it looks like, under that tent. I don't know if that shuttle is full of people or not. Well, they're not flooring it, and then these are limited to like 80 miles an hour or whatever, so they could be even throttle limited or something like that. But yeah, I don't really even know how to guesstimate that. You'd probably be better off trying to look back at the video or whatever and guessing that between the poles is like probably like 500 feet or something like that, and figure it out that way. But I don't even, I'm not that good at math. As well as doing drives or whatever, the drivers like in the morning and between the lunch breaks and stuff, like this guy is empty right now. They just seem to love to drive them. They have no reason to like walk all the way down there or whatever and stuff to go say something like that guy probably just did or whatever, or ask some kind of question or whatever. They when they put them away and take them back out, they just drive them around, or they kind of come flying up here and stuff at times or whatnot. And definitely seems like they just really enjoy driving them. And the quality guy I talked to, he loves it. I didn't ask how many different electric vehicles he's ever driven or anything like that to get an idea of what kind of bias he might have if this is the only one he's ever driven. But I haven't seen any F-150s. And just saw some BS or whatever out this morning, though, from somebody saying that the F-150 drove better than this thing or whatever. And I'm like, show me some proof. Show me some real deal, actual comparison. Not just this speculation by somebody who probably isn't even a car enthusiast or anything, just some hedge fund guy or somebody that invests or whatever. Fee picks, I'd rather not say like all my investments or whatever. I'm down on some things. And just, I don't know, I don't really talk about it too much or whatever. But yeah, I had a small property in Indianapolis that I sold a couple years ago and had some money left over, so I put all that in the stock market pretty much. And during the pandemic, I bought like Tesla and Fuel Cell and some of these other like companies that kind of blew up last year. And then I sold them because they seemed overvalued to me at the beginning of the year. And I'm back in some and not in others and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, I put a lot more in Lordstown because of I started day trading, lost some money, and then I was like, what do I really believe in? What do I really want to see in the future? Let me just put it in there and stop playing around with my investments. Yeah, that RBC stuff was just ridiculous. And like I said, that had no there was nothing to it to really show like his point at all. It was just, oh, let me just say something, probably because he owns more Ford. I was invested in Ford, but when they stopped their dividend, during the pandemic, I got out of there, just because That was one of my dividend investments. And I like Ford, but I don't know, they're kind of slow. They don't, they take them to the back during lunchtime. So, I mean, they're probably charging at lunch for like the hour or two, and then at night, and that's it. Yeah, to me they've been good because, I mean, they're running around. Sometimes they only have 4 out here. That Harley Davidson one, and I've seen less. I think it's an older beta, so maybe it has some other limitation in it or something like that. I don't know. There could be any kind of speculation. That's the problem with speculating on things. You don't really know what's going on. It could also be that they use it for something else or whatever. You know, it's just like they have however many betas still not or still out and everything that they haven't destroyed yet. So maybe they don't want to put the wear on it if they don't have the passengers to shuttle around, or could be any number of reasons. Yeah, I had some oil last year or whatever and stuff. I played around with it still during the pandemic or whatever, and when it was coming back or whatever, I tried to do a little bit more with it, but there's too much manipulation and control in the oil industry to me. I don't know what RBLX is. Yeah, I think there's more upside for sure with the amount of capability that this plant can do. I think I lost the follow. I started following it with my eyes. Not a professional. Yeah, I know the Rivian Sprinter van style or whatever was out there doing Amazon delivery, because I saw some news about it and that kind of stuff, but I don't really, no idea. I don't look in Rivian stuff because yeah, until they released that, or until they mentioned the IPO or whatever and stuff, then I couldn't buy them. So what was the point? I had looked at their tech and their trucks and things. I mean, they're kind of cool in a way, but really it's like a waste of space to me to have that you know, like kind of over the top use of space or whatever and stuff. I'm like, okay, the pass through is cool, but am I really going to use that, or is that just going to be a pain in the butt? Because when you put something in there, it's going to roll from side to side in that space. That's what I think about, because I live in a van. Things moving around when you're driving, and like actual functionality of that space. You know, like if you could lift up the back seat and get into that space as well, then I think it would be more usable. But just from the little entries on each side, unless you go kayaking all the time or something, like, and you don't want to put it in the back of your truck, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I like the look of it. There was somebody on Reddit talking about how they didn't like that it didn't have a grill and all this kind of stuff or whatever, and I'm like, this is a not, a luxury vehicle. It's not a consumer vehicle. It's a fleet vehicle. So why would you want anything that's extra as a fleet manager, or unneeded? And then also that big space is a perfect place for you to put a brand name or a logo or whatever. So I think it's great. Yeah, I'd like to see the Rivian truck and the Endurance side by side. We'll have to wait until they're both out on the road, I guess, probably for that. But yeah, Rivian thinks they're like Apple of truck manufacturing. That's the way I feel about them. Which I was never a fan of Steve Jobs and Apple. They made some good products. The iPhone was cool, but I had a Palm Pilot Trio back in the day when I was in the Coast Guard, before the iPhones came out, and I already knew that was going to be the future. I was telling everybody, like I'd play music out of my Palm Pilot back then or whatever in 05, when I had that 06 or whatever and stuff too. I had two different Trios or whatever, and they had a little speaker. It wasn't very good, but I hate headphones. I hate things in my ear. So if I was walking in the morning or whatever, because I had injured my back when I was in the Coast Guard that last year, I would put on music in my Trio off the SD card and listen to music. I love technology. I've been in technology, or into it ever since I was a kid with RC cars. I used to take all apart my RC cars and swap motors and batteries and stuff before I knew about electronics. I learned electronics mostly by going to Radio Shack and buying different components in 8th grade. I was making different little circuits like buzzers and different things or whatever. I had a motion detector for when my parents were coming downstairs into my room that was in the basement, and stuff like that, or if they're going to the laundry, just to make sure that I wasn't butt naked, right at the bottom of the stairs or something like that. So I could walk back over behind my stuff or whatever. Teenagers, that kind of thing. But I was going to Radio Shack so much that the guy behind the counter asked what I was building, and I said just a little random circuits, just learning about electronics. And he said, well, just don't buy a rocker switch, because otherwise I'm going to have to report you for possible bomb making. So that's how I learned electronics mostly. I had a basic electrical course when I was a mechanic in the Coast Guard, worked on machinery in the Coast Guard, all kinds of stuff for 5 years and 8 months, basically, until I got out, medically discharged, because I had hurt my back and hit my head and stuff. And then I followed doctor's advice while in and afterwards for way too long. Had a bunch more medical issues or whatever come up, and till about a decade ago I started making changes and figuring it out for myself through diet and other lifestyle changes. So yeah, there's no point for having a grill. That's what I pointed out to that person that made that comment. A grill is to allow airflow to the cooler, the heat exchanger of your radiator. So why would you have a grill in an EV? The things that need cooling, like the hub motors or the batteries and stuff like that, that's why the Tesla has the octacoupler valve, the octavalve. I don't know what you guys know about their engineering. I really do like Tesla. I think Elon's a little bit of a wank. He's just a good capitalist in a lot of ways. Sorry, I was looking back over at the other track to make sure I wasn't missing anything over there. Thanks, VPix. Yeah, I really like it. If I had the money, I would take my Sprinter van here and change out those front wheels for hub motors, and there's a university that has a traction control or traction loss hub motor controller kind of thing or something like that I was reading about some months ago. So someday I'm hoping, if I don't buy an EV van first, that I can either convert this or build my own out of a bunch of scrap parts, because that's what I like to do. I like taking things that are broken and fixing them, or taking a bunch of broken things from different things and repurposing them. I made a aquaponics system in my garage back in 2014 and ran it for 2 years, or 2013 to 14 winter, 14-15 winter, you know, like, just to learn about aquaponics, to experiment with different filtration and other things. I just like messing with stuff. That's why I got into computers afterwards, because I already knew a little bit about fixing them, and went into Geek Squad and just moved up from there for a while until I kind of got bored of computers and was sitting behind a desk way too much. Yeah, it would be nice to see a GM partnership. You know, if they just want, you know, the skateboard chassis or whatever built by Workhorse, and then GM puts their, you know, because they said something about they want like fully customizable kind of concept or something. So maybe they're going towards, you know, retrofitting the top end. And then Lordstown can focus on the bottom end as well, do the fleet sales, and then, you know, GM will have essentially a Lordstown chassis and everything that just has a GM body put on it, and GM infotainment or whatever other things that they have. Yeah, that's what I think the future is in manufacturing. We need the big players to kind of step back a little bit more and stop trying to control it all, and let the smaller guys, that innovators, come up and really innovate. They just have the one, you probably can't really see it, but it's over by the bus there, up on a pedestal or whatever. Who knows if that's just a shell. You know, and then they had like 5 out here this morning, the Harley Davidson one that's not out here now, and I don't know, the other one that's not here, the brown one, I think. But yeah, otherwise I think the first day I saw 6, but I'd have to go back and look at footage again. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, we got more visitors over here. The guy down at the end, I don't know if you can see him by the telephone poles, will be asked to move, as everybody else has at some point once the police officer here probably is done with this guy. Yeah, if they hit 300 a share, I probably won't buy a van. I'll probably buy a double-decker bus and get started, because there's really a bunch of design things and other stuff that I want to get back to, that I used to do a lot more, CAD work and things like that, and I just don't foresee the time, if I don't get back to designing stuff again here soon, to really do what I want. But that's also because it's been a dream for a decade already, and I feel behind where I want to be. Yeah, you guys know all the names of people. I don't know names. Bounced my head off some plexiglass at 50 miles an hour in a boating incident when I was in the Coast Guard, and didn't know I had concussion sickness until years later when I was listening to Joe Rogan talk to Dale Earnhardt Jr. And he was talking about when he hit the wall and all the different symptoms and stuff. And right after that incident, we went to Wendy's. I got a spicy chicken sandwich, and it tasted like nothing, like I had the flu. And I remember being sick, but we had 2 weeks of mission work to do, so I just was bouncing around as a bow gunner and being radio man for 2 weeks, and then we hauled our boats back to New Orleans, and I woke up the next day paralyzed for 2 hours. Literally couldn't move in bed, and then like got myself together enough to get into work, and yeah, like was walking like I was a old mummy or something like that. Like nothing was moving, and that was the start of a downhill medication path, or all that kind of stuff. Learning what drugs really were, as far as I'm concerned, because I was anti-drug before, and believing that doctors actually were gonna help me instead of just doing what they've been taught to do, which is just prescribe pills and not really understand the underlying condition, or even look for the underlying causes of things. At least that's how I view it a lot now, because of how far I feel like I've come. Okay, Jerome's the Frenchman then. Okay, Jerome doesn't sound like a French name, so I don't. Oh, it is. Or no, wait, they got the friggin' the Baja out there. I wish I could zoom in. That's the first time I've seen it going around. They were out here this morning spraying that down, and again this afternoon. Somebody's down there getting it, so hopefully they'll share it on Reddit or something. By the time I get down there, they'll probably be done. Oh, I just hit that ramp pretty good. Yeah, they're gonna stop, so I can move. But there's no guarantee that they're going to take it around again or what. Well, maybe there is, if this guy's coming to drop passengers off. Yeah, thank you guys. I really wanted to see it and didn't know if this was going to be a good idea or anything, and just glad that some people enjoy it or whatever and stuff, because that's we need to make our own media basically, or whatever, more, because there's so much false junk out there. Doesn't look like anything's going on here, so I guess I'll jump in my van and try to get down. Well, shit, I got a million things in my van. I was gonna fly my drone and try and get some shots and stuff, so I don't know how long I've been on here, but I might have missed my chance for that today. But I got everything out, so I can't just hop in my van and go down there. Otherwise, I'll be getting it all over my van and breaking something. Yeah, it kind of seems like most of the people have dissipated. I don't really see that many under the tent over there, but there is a little bit of a group. And then most of the people that look like they're under this tent look like they're wearing the workhorse tops that are black. You're welcome, James. You're welcome, everybody. That's why I did it, because they wouldn't let me in. Hopefully on Friday, the engineer that I met earlier today at least lets me on for a test ride or whatever kind of thing. You know, because I really want to see them up close. I'd really like to look them over a lot more myself. Even though they didn't let the media film the battery area and some other things. You know, like, I don't expect them to change anything like that for me, but if they let me lay eyes on it at least, or whatever, tell me what I can and can't talk about, like, or what they would rather me not talk about, kind of thing. Like, I'll play ball because I wanna know more. I want to be able to come back here and you know, when they unveil the van or whatever kind of stuff, if that's the way things go. I'd like to buy their betas when they're done with them so I could use all the parts too, but you know, I don't got the money for that, so just trying to be as nice or whatever and open whatever doors come. Yeah, the engineer I met this morning told me a little secret to keep, and I am going to do that so that hopefully he keeps his word in letting me go for a ride. I've only teased it a little bit in like one comment on Reddit and then on here, so I would think that he's going to be true to that, and I think there's going to be a good show on Friday for that live stream. I think it's going to be really just a good demonstration. Yeah, unfortunately, those kind of details I forget. I remember like factual things that help me either live with less pain or fight inflammation and stuff, or I remember things of tech that I want to build or whatever. But like names of people, unless I make the like momentary connections and stuff to really try to remember them in the moment, kind of thing, and numbers for this stuff, I don't. It stuff flies out of my brain unless it's some random science fact. Sometimes those numbers stick. Memory is a tricky thing, especially when you've bounced your head off the earth a few dozen times too. Well guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. To me it looks like they're gonna put the trucks away, potentially, And there goes the military guy again, the MV. And he's ramping it good off of those little whoops. The quality guy told me riding in that back seat's like riding a roller coaster. Alright guys, have a good one. I'll probably do this again tomorrow afternoon if it seems like people want it or whatever. I'll post some more stuff. I'm gonna try and edit some things and post some clips all over the place, and I'll share it all on Reddit or whatever, wherever I can. So thank you, Endurance. Have a great day, Ring. You too, everybody. Okay, security cam. You're welcome, Feet Pics. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Much love.